is Linda, and I've been working in marketing for a really long time as, various positions. And we started working together, say, was it like November, December last year? No, I've been in a really crazy role, working 18 hours a day and weekends, completely exhausted. In addition to that, my role has suddenly become no longer remote. So I was facing a situation that I will have to relocate my family that I didn't want to do. And at that point, I've been already looking for a new job for about 10 months, not with great success. I've gotten a few interviews here and there, thought I could do it all by myself. I was like, and I have previously not had issues with that. I've gotten some good training in my MBA program. I thought I knew exactly how to write my resume and do all the things that I need to do. And so I was really giving it my all within whatever the time I could steal. Really committed. I'm one of these people who, like, when I want to do something, I'm not gonna like do nothing. Like, I've been working pretty intensively on finding a new job, but I have not found anything to that point. And that was finally the reason when I spoke to you. You said something, and now I'm totally blanking out on what it was, but it all sounded like it was exactly the right thing that I needed to hear at the time. And I realized at that point, like, listen, I've already done all this by myself. I now have a limited amount of months left, and I need to change something, or else I'm going to possibly sit in that same situation another 10 months later. And now I have to move or need to give up my job if I don't. I was also open to, remote roles or something local. And then the other thing mentioned back, the role that I had previously was not necessarily my dream role too. So I was really looking for a different, better role that would be a better fit and really a dream job. Pretty much it seems like almost everything I had to change up. Um, some of the, obviously having you kind of guide me, keep me sane and help me kind of focus on the right things was super helpful. Another thing that was really big was rethinking my resume. Again, like my resume, and everybody told me your resume is great. You have lots of great experience. And you completely blew that up. I was very kind of like, I would have never done what you have done, but you were like, hang in there, do what I'm telling you. I need you to suspect disbelief. We're going to do this. And I was like, listen, I'm going to do whatever. My way didn't help. So I just went with it. And really kind of helping me talk about, just the whole networking and mindset, right? Like those were the key things. And also like really good advice on how to handle the interviewing, right? So I could tell immediately we haven't necessarily done a ton of practice on like the actual stories, but the way how I approach the meeting and how I conduct myself in the beginning of the call has made a lot of difference. And I can tell definitely based on, some of the feedback I've received, like I've gotten much more positive kind of response immediately on the call, just as a result of kind of that beginning. I ended up with two wonderful offers. And I can definitely tell that, all of these things have made a difference. Both the resume that the hiring managers specifically called out several things that he has seen that we put front and center in front of him. And really, I think you just helped me. That's another one of those top three things. You helped me kind of reposition myself, right? Like focus and reposition in a way that it stands out. And again, as a marketer, it's a little bit, a shame that I did not do that myself. It's one of those things like you could market everybody else but yourself, right? And I'm really glad that you helped me do that. Especially with the resume, it was very evident that even when I just started submitting resumes, suddenly I started getting way more calls than before, and companies who have previously rejected me have now called me for an interview, which again just speaks volume that even if it was nothing else, just a resume, it, that had been just such a dramatic difference. So there was actually a posting that I saw. It was kind of strange. Like I saw a posting, and I actually truly thought that I was late for the posting. It's been a while, but it kind of piqued my interest in the company, and I reached out to a person from the company, talked to her, and I was like, oh, this is, I should stay in touch with her and kind of look at this company going forward. Then through some other networking call, I discovered that somebody else husband works there. And that person was like, hey, yeah, let me send him, the resume. And so this person was like, hey, they've already like had a couple of candidates, but let me send them the resume. We'll see what happens. So basically, as a result of this, they kind of took a step back and decided to add me into that process, and decided that I was the right position, or the right person for the job based on what they have seen. And so it wasn't necessarily created for me, but I kind of got in. And then as a result of that, actually the manager had like decided to like reshuffle some responsibilities and kind of, figure out what would be the right perfect starting position at the company, to give me good exposure and to learn the industry. No, that was another great thing. Like you were there for me literally every step of the way. I wasn't quite sure how this was all going to pan out, and you had a whole strategy on, okay, like once we have the first offer, here's how we're going to approach everybody else. Let's line them up. Let's make sure that, you maximize these opportunities. And this other company really stepped up as a result of that, and were able to absolutely rearrange their schedule and make this work, and came back with an offer, which was just unbelievable. Again, I was very happy that I received that first position. That's kind of what I realized, right? Like it certainly seemed like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, at that point, I was saying to myself, you know what, like this is absolutely going to be worth it. The other thing that really was great is that you kind of offered like, listen, if it turns out that you hate what's happening and you want to stop it, we can stop it at any time and you'll get the rest of your money back. And to me, that was another thing that it was like, you know what, like this lady's really like, she seems to know what she's talking about. Otherwise, she would never be offering me refund. So she must be really, comfortable or, confident that she can help. And so that was kind of maybe the last straw that was just like, listen, I really have nothing to lose. Let's just do this. And I'm so glad I did. And literally everybody who I know who's looking for a role, I'm like recommending you.